Hello everyone, welcome to Cultural Issues. I'm Dr. Bodur. I'm your professor in this course. I'm making this video to first of all welcome you to class, and then I will simply orient you to our course website, and I will talk about what we will do in this class, and hopefully after watching this video you will have a good general understanding of how things will go in our class and how you will function using our learning modules. First of all, let me say a few things about myself. As I said, I'm Dr. Bodur. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Teaching and Learning. I teach cultural issues on a regular basis. In addition to cultural issues, I teach EDS courses, EDD, doctoral courses, occasionally undergraduate courses, and I work with doctoral students and I work with EDS students on their EDS action research projects. Now, okay, a couple more things about me. Probably you're realizing that I have an accent, which tells you that I'm not originally from the United States. I'm from Turkey. Let's see. I think that's enough about me. Let's talk about the course. As the name will tell you, cultural issues. This class will be about cultural issues in a more generic sense. This class will be about multicultural education. So we will be talking about different cultures, different things that go on in the United States. We will be talking about immigrants and such. There will be a certain order in our content. We are going to start with the concept of culture, and we will talk about this in relation to your culture, and then we will move on to culture and cultural structure in the United States. We will talk about the diversity of cultures in the United States and the problems and issues that arise because of this diversity. Then we are going to talk about the immigrants in the United States, their experiences in the country and their educational experiences. Then we are going to talk about English language learners, and as we talk about English language learners, we are going to talk about a certain teaching approach called SIOP, Sheltered Instruction Observation Protocol. And we are going to conclude our course with a general discussion of multicultural education / culturally responsive pedagogy / culturally relevant pedagogy. These are interchangeable terms, so when you read the literature, when you see these terms, you just need to know that they all talk about the same thing pretty much, with minor differences. Different scholars, different educators use different terms, but they talk about the same concept. Let's see. Let me tell you about the organization of our course website. Now, when you go on the course website, right now you're seeing the Start Here module. The Start Here module gives you information about our course policies. It gives you information about the communication rules and etc. But when you start looking at the content related modules, there will be 7 of them. We are going to have 7 learning modules. Now, each learning module is going to have an overview page. The overview page will tell you about our goals in that given module, our specific objectives for that module, and then it will also tell you what to do to successfully finish that module. There will be step-by-step instructions. It will say read this, read that, respond to the discussion, and then respond to the case study. So if you follow those instructions, you will be perfectly fine. And the other thing is, I'm going to make a video just like this one for every module that we are going to cover, and then in the videos also I will be talking about what you need to do in that module, and I will give you some information that you may not be able to find in the in our readings. Now, these modules, as I said, we are going to have 7, and each module is going to last 2 weeks. So I'm going to start a new learning module on a Monday, and then this learning module, let's say learning module number 1, is going to start on Monday, not this coming Monday, but the first week we are going to spend the first week on Start Here module and the course policies. But the second week of school, that Monday, our first learning module will start, and it's going to last 2 weeks until the Sunday of the following week, not that week but following week. And immediately after that, the following Monday, I'm going to open learning module number 2. One small detail for you here is that I'm not going to open all the learning modules at once. I'm going to open one at a time. And the reason for this is that I want all of us to be on the same page, and this way, you know, your communication with your classmates, your communication with me will be much better if we are all on the second page, on the same page, on these learning modules. Let's see. Each learning module, you know, it will have certain readings. Some modules will have formal assignments, some won't. But each learning module is going to have 2 discussions, and the discussions will be my main means of communicating with you in regards to the content of our class. So 2 discussions in each learning module. One important thing to keep in mind about discussions is that you have to participate in these. Because this is an online class, it's not easy to create a interactive environment like a face-to-face class. But what I would like you to do, and you will see this in the syllabus and other related materials also, when I open a discussion for a given module, I would like you to respond to my prompt by the end of first week. And then I would like you to respond to your classmates also. So my requirement is that you respond to my prompt, and then you respond to 2 of your classmates, and complete all these by the end of the 2 weeks. So by the end of first week, you're going to respond to my prompt, and by the end of the second week, you're going to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Now the minimum requirement is respond to 1 classmate, but remember, it's a minimum requirement. It doesn't give you the full grade. So if you respond to at least 2 of your classmates, and your response is good, you use the course readings in your response and such, then you're going to get your full credit for the discussion of that given module. In addition to the discussions, let me say a couple more things about the discussions. When you respond to your classmates, it's important that you use language carefully, because this is an online environment. We cannot see people, we cannot see the facial expressions, so the written words can be taken in the wrong way. So try to use a kind language in your responses to each other, and make sure that you go beyond yeah, I agree with your statement. That doesn't really add anything to our understanding of what you're thinking. So when you respond to your classmates, please add to our understanding by extending their responses, by questioning their responses, by critiquing their responses. And in your responses also, just make sure that you use your understandings from the course readings. It's not just your excuse me, it's not just your thinking, your ideas, but I would like to see some evidence of your understandings from the course readings. So when you respond to these discussions, you are going to use your own ideas, but the ideas from our course readings as well. In addition to the case studies, in addition to the discussions, we are going to have case studies in each module, and there will be 2 case studies. These case studies are short, kind of 1-paragraph vignette types of situations, and you will find these on the internet on a website called teacherserver.com. Teacherserver.com is a website that I built with a friend of mine from another university, and we have a large number of case studies on this website, and I wrote most of the cases that relate to multicultural education. So I will be assigning 2 cases from the website to you, and these are some interesting situations that you may not think about in everyday life. You know, what might happen when you become a teacher. So you are going to think about some things that you don't necessarily think about every day, and case studies will help us with this interesting situations that you don't come across unless you're in an educational situation with immigrant children or with students from diverse backgrounds. In fact, that's one of the goals I have in this class, to introduce you to different situations that you might run into as an educator in the future. And these case studies, you're going to respond to the case study. The case study will end up with a question. It will ask for help or something. There will be some type of dilemma. And then you're going to respond to other people's responses and simply indicate and state what you think about their responses. These introductions are in writing also. You're going to find what I'm talking about in our Start Here module. Let's see what else. I want to talk about the assignments a little bit. We are going to have 4 assignments in addition to the discussions and case studies. There will be 4 assignments that you're going to turn in, and the first one will be an autobiography. It's a cultural autobiography, and you're going to talk about your heritage, your cultural upbringing, your traditions and such, any type of experience you had as a child, as a grown-up, that where you were the target of discrimination, if you witnessed any discrimination, if you did anything about it, things like that. It's a very fun assignment to write, and it's a very fun assignment to read for me, so I'm really looking forward to that assignment. The second assignment will be a multicultural book report. For this, you are going to purchase or borrow from a friend, in any way you want. You will obtain a book that's a chapter book, and the book will feature a child either from a minority background, or a child who interacts a lot with minority background. So it will have some minority element in it. I will send you a number of books from which you can choose. You won't be limited with my list. You can choose your own book. But in this assignment, you're going to read the book. Again, it will be a chapter book. I don't want you to by mistake choose a picture book, because picture books will not be accepted for this assignment. You're going to read the book, you're going to analyze the book and write a report in which you talk about your general likes and dislikes about the book, and then the types of discrimination, racism, sexism that you identified in the book. You're going to talk about creative ways of using the book in the classroom. The third assignment will be an immigrant interview. As the title suggests, you're going to interview an immigrant, and this could be somebody that you know, this could be somebody that you don't know. You can ask your friends to identify someone for you, or this could be someone that you've lived with in your town for many years, but you never had any formal conversations. So you're going to interview an immigrant and then write a report about this interview. And as you write, you're going to use our course readings in the process of making meaning out of the interview responses. You will find a good number of questions on our course website when you prepare for the immigrant interview. You will use those questions, and you can add your own questions. And one detail about this assignment, immigrant interview, we have this thing called key assessments in our programs. An immigrant interview is a key assessment in the ESOL program, and this applies to all people who take the class. The importance of the key assessment idea is that you have to make a passing grade on this assignment to pass the class. In other words, even if you make 100 on everything else and you make a failing grade on the immigrant interview assignment, you do not pass the class. So please pay attention to this assignment, and I will be sending you information and warnings ahead of time, just to remind you that this assignment is coming up and that you have to start working on it. The last assignment is a content adaptation assignment, and this is specifically about English language learners. I will give you a one-page social studies text, and I'm going to ask you to rewrite the text. That's the gist of it. There are some other things about the assignment. The goal is to make this one-page text more understandable and accessible to English language learners. Let's see. These are the assignments. The books we have for the class, we have 2 textbooks and a whole bunch of supplemental readings that I will provide on our course website. The books, one is The Intersection of Cultures by Joel Spring. I chose that book. It's almost like any other standard multicultural education book, but Joel Spring talks a lot about his experiences as an educator. He talks a lot about multicultural education in relation to global education, which is a more popular idea these days, and it makes a lot of sense because a lot of people think that the world is becoming flat and we have to look at global education also. So it's a really easy read type of book. I know you will enjoy reading that book. And then the other book we have is The Inner World of the Immigrant Child by Christina Igoa, and this was written as a doctoral dissertation that turned into a book in 1990s. Christina Igoa worked with a lot of immigrant children, and she used a certain approach to teaching these children, to understanding these children, and the approach was to have these children create little film strips. Remember, this is back in 1995. Now, these days, maybe you don't have to create film strips. Rather, you can create, PowerPoint slides. But the issue was that she was trying to learn about these students' experiences and help them emotionally. And she learned really a lot. She found really meaningful information. And she talks about her experiences, and she talks about what she did to reach these children. And I know you're going to find this book extremely beneficial. So I really need you to read complete the course readings whenever they are assigned. And I think it will be a good strategy to complete the readings before you participate in the online discussions. Let's see. Now, as I said, there will be an overview page with every learning module that will tell you what to do in that given module. So I try to be as clear as I can about everything, but still, I'm just one set of eyes. I'm not, I'm just seeing maybe what I want to see. So if there are things that are not clear for you, and if you have any questions, you should not be, shy about asking questions. There will be a discussion forum on the main page of our course titled Ask the Instructor. So whenever you have a question that relates to the course, please post that question on the website, on the Ask the Instructor forum, and I will answer it as quickly as I can. Now, if you have a personal question that would not interest anybody else in class, it's just a specific situation for you, in that case, do not use Ask the Instructor forum. Simply email your question to me, and I will respond to you that way. So with the Ask the Instructor forum, more than one person may have the same question, but when I answer it for one person, everybody will see the answer, so that will be, we will be saving time and energy, all of us. I think that this is all I can think of right now. As I said, I'm going to make a video for every learning module, so I will be talking to you whenever we start a learning module. I will give you the specifics. One last thing, I'm going to send you a survey at the beginning and at the end of the semester, so please respond to the survey, and I will send you email instructions about the survey. I'm really looking forward to a wonderful semester with all of you guys. We will do some interesting things, really. As I said, case studies will be interesting. I usually find interesting videos from YouTube, and I'll post them on our website, and we talk about them. And some of these videos maybe you have seen on ABC. There was a program called What Would You Do? And some of those what would you do situations are really interesting, and I will be posting them on our website, and we will be talking about some of those things. I really hope that you will enjoy the class and you will learn something, and it won't be a lot of strategies types of things, because multicultural education is mostly dispositional. Of course, it involves a lot of skills too, but it's mostly dispositional. And when I say this, I do not assume that you do not have the right dispositions. But there are certain things and issues that you may not think about every day, and people who have been studying multicultural education may have come across more than you have. So I will try to bring all these things to your attention, and hopefully we will all enjoy our class. So once again, welcome, and I'm really looking forward to spending time with all of you guys, although from a distance. Hopefully we will communicate somehow. I'll communicate with you through the email, through the videos. So goodbye for now. I will talk to you when I make the next video. Okay, bye.